right, so giving this a second to load. This is all about cell wall structure. So the cell wall's job is to protect the plant and maintain shape. And it is primarily composed of cellulose. So if you look at this, there is three parts. There's the secondary cell wall. Here's the cell over here. So the secondary cell wall is butting up against the cell membrane. There's the primary cell wall, which is this thin layer here, and then there's the middle lamella. So the secondary and primary cell walls are structurally sound. They are what is giving the plant shape and protection. They do have pores, but those pores are set so that only the things the cell needs can get in and bad stuff can't. So that's kind of like a first layer of protection. And then, of course, your cell membrane is a second layer because it also controls what enters and exits. And the cell wall is composed mainly of cellulose in plants. In fungi, it's chitin. And in prokaryotes, it's peptidoglycan, but for plants, it's cellulose. Cellulose is actually the most common carbohydrate on the face of the earth because it is so abundant in plants, and plants are so abundant on the earth. But it is a polysaccharide, so it's a bunch of monomers hooked together, and it is strong linkages, and so it's really tough. You and I cannot actually digest cellulose, so when we eat cellulose, it leaves our body, shall we say, just like it enters, because we cannot digest it. Things like termites can. They have bacteria that live in their guts that help them digest it, and that's why they're able to eat wood. But it is a very strong structure, and so when you make these cell walls of a strong structure, and you can see how thick they are, it's made of a bunch of that strong structure. That tells you why the structure is giving the function of maintaining shape and protection. The last little bit is middle lamella. This is kind of like a glue, kind of a pasty substance that's in between two different cell walls, and it's just going to reduce friction so there's no damage on the cell walls, but also kind of stick them together. So it's going to act as an adhesive, and it helps those plant cells form plant tissues. And so that is the structure of cell wall and how that relates to its function, and I hope that helps.